Hey guys, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm trying a different angle this morning. We're just going to do a brief weekly recap, and I've got a spreadsheet that I wanted to share, have you take a look at, and then see what your thoughts are. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'll shrink my screen down just a little bit here, and let's drag into the screen what I'm looking at. Let me get this over here. So pardon me if I'm a little disoriented. I usually have the camera in a different spot, but let's look at it today. Let me scroll this down. Let me adjust this just a little bit. Let's see. Let's get rid of this one for now. Okay. There we go. That's what I wanted to show you. Okay, so let me make sure this is all right. All right. So looking at our screen, I'm going to look at it. Forgive me if I'm not facing the camera. So here it is. I'll look this way and then I'll look back. So my back's going to be to you just so I can watch the screen and explain to you guys what I'm seeing. So I just had this made up. I just made it up and thought that I would make kind of a performance heat map based on what I did during the week. And a lot of it is regarding following the process well. So it's not necessarily, I do have P&L, like was I profitable for the day, how did I end the week? But more than anything, I want to assess how I'm trading during the week and then tally up my performance for each day. So I really feel like these, kind of metrics, these questions help paint a good picture as far as how I was performing, how I was functioning during the trading day. So let's just review it real quick and then we'll move down and look at a few other lines. And I will go ahead and make a copy of this. I won't have it up today, but within the next few days, I'll make a copy and then have a link here where anyone who wants to can pull it up and then hopefully grade yourself based on the trades that you take. So let's get into it real quick. Looking at Monday, lately I've been talking about trading less, being more selective. We've got the questions on the side here. So was I in sync with the market? Yes. How many trades taken? 2. Was it within 0 to 2? It sure was. Did I overtrade? No. If I overtraded, did it hurt my potential? No, it didn't apply there. Did I have FOMO? No, Monday I was really relaxed, caught some nice levels, traded well, did my thing. Did I restrain FOMO? Well, it doesn't really apply because I stuck to my goal here. I didn't have FOMO. Was I profitable? Yes. Did I experience mental struggle? So, there's some days where you're profitable and you experience mental struggle. There's like this angst or anxiety. Then there's other days where you're not profitable and you experienced mental anxiety or struggle. There's like it's just hard to navigate what's going on. And then there's other days where maybe like you're reading the market well and there's no struggle at all. You're just in the flow, in the zone. And so that's really what Monday was for me, and a few other days as well. If you look over here on Tuesday, you can see I wasn't profitable because I was flat. I just wasn't reading the market well. But because of that, I stayed out. So there's a few of these that I highlighted because I thought, you know what? Tuesday I wanted to trade, I wanted to get involved, but there was just nothing that I was seeing, nothing that really piqued my interest. So there was some mental struggle, but I restrained. I, hung tight, waited, and just there was no opportunity for me that day. Doesn't mean that there was an opportunity. I'm sure that there was plenty of people in the world who traded on Tuesday and absolutely crushed it. I just was not one of them. Because everyone has a different and unique style, everyone has a different time frame. We all have different parameters that we like to adhere to when we trade, or we should at least. So that one I was, proud to say, yes, I did experience struggle, but I restrained. Did I follow the process well? Yes. Did I honor all stops? Yes. Was sizing appropriate? Let's look at Monday. So Monday, I felt pretty in sync with the market. I'd give it like an 8 out of 10 points. Was sizing appropriate? Truthfully, Monday I was probably in a little bit too small. So let's look at a few other columns here and then we'll scroll down and I'll kind of wrap it up. Wednesday, not a good day. I overtraded on Wednesday, and after about my fourth trade, there was just a really, really nice setup that came along. And unfortunately, I was overtrading, and I think because of that, my vision was a little bit more clouded. Had I been just sitting on my hands waiting, not fearing that I would miss the move, I know for sure that I would have performed a lot better. And I can remember Wednesday morning was the morning of the 3rd, was when we had a lot of chop back and forth, a lot of quick movements. Guys were getting stopped out long, guys were getting stopped out short. I was one of them. But then finally it kind of firmed up, and at least in my mind, there was a very clear, decisive direction that the market wanted to go. It ended up just pushing higher, trended higher the whole rest of the day. I bought some and then added as it went up, scaled out appropriately, and then held a good amount of it to the end of the day to just let it ride, because my thesis was that it would just hold up and continue to push higher. So, but even then, even though Wednesday was profitable, it wasn't a day where I was following the process well. So was I in sync with the market? Eventually, yes. Trades taken, 6. I want to be at 0 to 2 trades. So did I do that? No. Did I overtrade? Yes. If I overtraded, did it hurt my potential? It did. Now, Wednesday was still profitable, and it turned out to be a good day. But it hurt my potential. Did I have FOMO? I did. Did I restrain FOMO? No, I did not. I was in back and forth because I didn't want to miss the move. Was I profitable? I was. Did I experience mental struggle? I did, and it cost me money. Did I follow the process well? I gave myself a yes on this one because eventually, I honored all my stops, and eventually I could read what it was doing. I got in and then increased my size as I finally had a strong conviction. Did I honor all stops? Yes. Was sizing appropriate? Yes. For what I was seeing, it was. Thursday and Tuesday and Monday. Give me 1 second here, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry, that's the issue with going live. So Thursday was a day, back and forth day, kind of a consolidation day. But from the get-go, after about the first half hour, I had a really strong idea of what I think the market would do. I went ahead and expressed that idea by placing trades. And I think for me, the most clear day was Wednesday, but that over trading cost me. Then after that, a clear day as far as what was going on, probably the best day was Thursday for me. From the get-go, was very calm and relaxed. Wasn't worried about missing the move. Knew that something would come, and if it didn't, I was okay with sitting on the sidelines. So this one checked out to be really well. Was sizing appropriate? Probably a little bit too small. I sized up a bit on the trades, but my stops were tight. And probably on my second trade, that was the one that I envisioned. I should have went in larger on that one. Not going to beat myself up about it. It's a learning process. It's a process of, perfecting your skill and refining what you're doing. Friday, let's look at this one. Was I in sync with the market? This is probably the worst answer you want, right? So on Tuesday, I didn't feel I was in sync, but I stayed out. Friday, was I in sync? No, but I got involved. That's not good. Trades taken, 6. Was I in my 0 to 2 range? No, I wasn't. Did I overtrade? Yes. If I overtraded, did it hurt my potential? Yes. Did I have FOMO? Yes. Was I profitable? No. Did I experience mental struggle? Which mental struggle? Yes, I did. Did I follow the process well? At times, but I honored all stops, but I wasn't following the process as far as getting involved well. Honored stops. Sizing was appropriate. There were trades where I wasn't trading that big just because I didn't have a lot of conviction. So worked out okay. Let's look at our score for the day. So for this, out of 12, I had 11 out of 12. So it gives me like a 91.6%, 91%, 41%, 91%, 16%. That is no bueno. The reason I pull out, and then total score for the week, I've got a 65%. So I got 39 of these, of my matrix, 39 of these were red out of 60. Truthfully, I'd like to be at about an 80%, maybe even a little bit higher. I think 75 is realistic because there might be days where you just miss it. But that's the goal for me to improve. I'd like to have a better week where even next week, if I'm not as profitable or if I'm negative for the week, I feel like if I can follow the process well, that is ultimately going to get me to consistent trading and profitability on a very, very consistent basis. So I do all this just to have a good idea of where I'm at and keeping track of trades that I take. And also seeing like, okay, I had a pretty good week, but did I really, more than anything, I think it's important for myself to not use too much financial capital. You don't want to overtrade. But then even more than that, I really believe to not spend too much emotional capital. And on days up there, like on Wednesday and Friday, there was a lot of emotional capital that was spent that shouldn't have been. And I'm spending it and I'm not as crisp, I'm not as clear. My vision is a little bit more clouded. Friday, I was watching the market with Micah, and he had some trades that didn't work out, and he had others that worked out really nice, and some that actually went in his favor for quite a long time and took good profit on it. And there was a little bit of frustration on my end that I should have been involved, but I have to keep in mind that his style is different from mine. His time frame is different from mine. Everyone's style is unique and different, so it's good to realize your strengths and your weaknesses. So hopefully this helps. Like I said, I'll be making a link where you guys can check it out and get access to it, and then enter in your score to tally it up and see how you did. Real quick, I'll go ahead and move over to my scorecard here today. And I've shared this a few times before. This is something that you could use. Hopefully it's not too blurry. This is something, let me do a Control A here, that you could use with every trade that you take. So for me, especially if I'm doing 0 to 2 trades a day, maybe 3, but I think 0 to 2 is a good number. This is something that I could very easily enter in some data. So again, we've got, let me move that back. Don't know why that's like that. We'll fix it later. But we've got just different things here. And I do these anywhere from a 0 to a 0.5 to a 1. You'd fill it out accordingly. And then let's see on this one, if I had like a 1 here, a 0.5 here, and let's see, a 1 here, and then a 0.5 here, and another 1. It would total up to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So you get 4 out of 5. So 4 out of 5 equals, equals 80%. That would be your grade for that individual trade. Another important one down here, I think, is profit target accuracy. So it's one thing to be patient and be disciplined in a trade, but it's another thing to have your targets where you're hitting them, letting the trade work. Still something that I think every trader needs to work on, myself included. This is another area where you can put the numbers in and then grade yourself and see how you did. Because if you're not grading yourself, if you're not doing something to remain objective and objectively look at your performance, good luck on improving, or good luck on really knowing where your weak points are or where your strong points. So hopefully that helps. Hope you guys have a great Saturday, and talk to you Monday. We'll see ya.